Well, I came up with the idea of this film because I wanted to make like a non-violent horror film in order to sort of go against all the sort of modern, like really sort of like gory violent horror films. I wanted to sort of like subvert that and do something different and make a non-violent horror film. Well, I've always enjoyed the horror genre. I've always been a fan of horror films, so I just thought it'd be a good genre to work in, and it'd be a good film to make. Well, obviously, so like modern torture porn horror films have inspired this film. The film I suppose that springs to mind the most is Hostel. The film Hostel, I'd say, is the main horror film that has inspired this film. But I'd also say like non-violent horror films have also inspired this film as well, due to the fact there's no like violence or gore. I've learnt that making a short film is a very long process. There's a lot of stages that you have to go through to make this. And it's a very long and arduous process as well. As I'd also say that I've also learnt that editing takes up the majority of filmmaking. I found that actually shooting the film was fairly straightforward. We shot the entire film in one day, but actually editing the film takes quite a long period of time. Not too sure at the moment. I do have some ideas, but my next step really is just finishing this film off and just really sort of like getting it done. So I don't really have any real plans at the moment as yet. I'm just gonna sort of see what happens and just mainly focusing on completing and finishing this film. I've always enjoyed films. I've always enjoyed watching films. I've always enjoyed like the work of certain directors and certain genres, and I've always enjoyed sort of that stuff like that. So I just really always enjoyed films and filmmaking. The actual shooting of the film didn't take that long. We shot the entire film in one day. But actually putting the film together and editing it, as well as the sounds, because we did all the sounds separately, and obviously editing that all took quite a long period of time and took up the and was the main sort of like majority of making this film. Some of my favourite directors are people like Quentin Tarantino. Always been a big fan of his work, and I've always liked the films of Edgar Wright. I always liked Stanley Kubrick. Always liked Ridley Scott. Always liked Chan Park-wook. There's a lot of directors whose films I like and whose work I'm influenced by. I'm not too sure. I don't see why not. I'm just going to sort of see what happens, I suppose. But Yeah, I don't see why I shouldn't make another horror film. I couldn't make another horror film, but at the moment, I don't know, I'm just scared to see what happens.